Hi there, so my name's Sharon and I'm here from the TDF. The TDF is the Disability Foundation and we're a charity which is based within the hospital or the hospital grounds. Been going for about 20 years and I've been invited onto the radio to do a couple of shows. So today we're going to be talking about breathing and breathing techniques. But before we do that as well, I think a lot of people kind of like, why has everyone suddenly become so obsessed with this kind of like mindful breathing or, deep breathing? What's it about? What does it do? So I'm going to give you a bit more information in relation to it. Now, I'm a hypnotherapist, so breathing's a big part of what I do. I like to get people relaxed and I like to get people to focus on their breathing slightly. Now, I'm more about the mind, I won't lie, but breathing is hugely important. And I think a lot of us actually, have forgotten how to do it properly, if that sounds right. But so why practice kind of like mindful breathing? Well, modern life is full of stress and distractions, and finding time to just stop and think about what's going on around us can be tricky, but our bodies end up going on autopilot most of the time. And in doing so, the way we react to things is automatic, and we do it in a learned way without even noticing. We spend a lot of time worrying about the past or worrying about the future while we're actually ignoring the present. And to be fair, the future is created on the present, so we kind of need to be thinking about it. We don't take enough time to maybe check in with ourselves, and I think breathing is a great way that we can do that. But there's more medical reasons as well, which I'll come on to in a minute. So maintaining a calm mind and a calm body can help us to manage our life better and deal with whatever it is that comes along, because no hypnotherapist, no one can tell you what's around the corner. So sometimes we have to be able to take a step back and look at things differently. And rather than letting our learned reactions take over, actually focus on, okay, what's going on? How can I find a solution? And what can I do to kind of, support myself in a better way? And sometimes we need to do deeper breathing, because deeper breathing can allow us to focus on those things a bit more. So you can do this any time, really. You can take 10 minutes during a commute or at the end of a cup of tea, just to kind of like literally check in with your breathing. Now, there are lots of breathing techniques out there, and we will cover one or two, but I kind of want to give you just a baseline today. And, even as I was updating my research for this recording, I found way more articles than I did the last time I looked at it. So it's changing all the time. In fact, I've got to be honest, I found a really strange one about how to breathe properly if you're in a fight, which I must go back and have a look at. But yeah, so there's breathing techniques for absolutely everything. Breathing techniques for people having babies, there's breathing techniques for pain management, there's breathing techniques for mindfulness, there's breathing techniques for all sorts of stuff. So today, if I'm completely honest, I'm going to leave you with one or two maybe more wacky ones so you can have a look and have a play, but one or two kind of more basic ones to give you a good baseline and to find out what it is you want to do in the future in relation to your breathing, if anything at all. I'd like to think yes. And what supports you best, because we're all different. It's very hard in a half-hour radio show to kind of cover everything. So I'm just going to do my best by kind of having fun with it and also giving you a bit of a baseline. And what you wanted to do after that is entirely up to you. So before we do anything, though, I want us to have a little bit of a test. So this kind of works best if you're sitting in a chair, sitting down, kind of upright. But you can do it wherever, really. You can do it if you're lying in bed or, wherever you want. And I want you to take one hand and put it at the top of your chest. And I just want you to take the other hand and I want you to put it kind of where your belly button would be and just kind of rest it on your stomach. Okay, now you can do this with your eyes open or your eyes closed. It really doesn't matter, but I just want you to take a deep breath in. Hold for a moment. And breathe out. And now just do that again. Breathe in. Hold for a moment. And breathe out. And just one more time, I want you to take a deep breath in. Hold for a moment. And breathe out. That's great. Now again, like always, I want you to tell me across the radio waves, which hand moved more? Was it the one on your chest or was it the one on your belly? Now I'm betting from having done this with dozens of clients that it was the one on your chest. But I hate to tell you, that's just shallow breathing. Now, shallow breathing, as the name suggests, is in fact the body's basic minimum requirement in relation to breathing. It's also symptomatic of rapid breathing, or in worst cases, hyperventilation. So you're kind of not giving yourself enough bandwidth if things come at you or if things don't go right. So what you want to be doing is you want to be breathing from the diaphragm. And it's what a lot of us don't do. I have to say that sometimes I catch myself doing it. I'm not perfect, but I'm very good at logging in, and I'm very good at checking it. And I'm also very good at kind of practicing breathing techniques throughout the day. Okay. So we should be breathing from our diaphragm. And our diaphragm is that region just literally behind, kind of below the rib cage and kind of going down into your stomach. And as much as 60% of your lungs' actual lung capacity can sit within that diaphragm area. So again, that clearly indicates that, we need to be breathing deeply if we want to make the most of what's going on. I mean, think about it. Look at babies, right? If you see a newborn baby in a cot and the baby's asleep, it's their tummy that's moving. You don't see their shoulders moving up and down as they're sitting on a parent's lap or lying in a bed. It's their tummy that's moving, that deep kind of just rhythm, that deep kind of flow, and that nice just relaxed state. And I think a lot of us could do with actually tapping in on that more. As we came into the world, we came in here without care, and it's kind of no wonder that we kind of go back to that. It's no wonder that we have that kind of breathing technique. Without care in the world, that's how we breathe. It's all in the diaphragm. But obviously, if you're a baby and it's 3 a.m, they might have a different breathing technique, but we can talk about that another time. Now, again, there may be a group of people out there who are thinking, yeah, but who cares, all this breathing stuff and whatever else. I've heard all about it. I only kind of tuned in to see what you had to say. I don't really believe in it. But there are several important functions that we have in relation to breathing. And yeah, I can hear you. One of them's keeping alive. All right, duh, Sharon. But I promise you, there's a lot more. Actually, has a lot to do with how much oxygen's in your blood. Actually has a real impact on healing, stress levels, cardiovascular related things, so like your blood pressure and things like that. It all has an impact on your nervous system as well, and it's the nervous system that I want to talk about really, and what I'm kind of more interested in than from kind of a medical stance per se, because your nervous system, well, there's 12 nerves within the body, and I think again, I'm a massive fan of language, but we've all heard people say things like, this is getting on my nerves, or it's making me nervous, or that's nerve-wracking. And all of those things have to do with the sympathetic nervous system, which is not to be confused with sympathy in itself, of course. But the sympathetic nervous system comes from two Greek words, sym, which means with, and pathos, which means feeling. So with feelings. And it's your sympathetic nervous system that is all to do with that flight or flight reaction. So the nervous part within all of us, that's responsible for that fight and flight and effectively mobilizing us. So it's where our anger, fears and frustrations and anxieties can be caused. So if we're not breathing effectively and if we're not taking care of our nervous system, we're sending out the wrong signals to the body. And I think you'll find a lot of us, constantly in that kind of fight or flight. Now, albeit we're not getting attacked by tigers like we were years ago, but it's my boss has just made a demand on me, or I'm running late to get to the kids, or all those kind of things that happen day in, day out. And believe it or not, by practicing deep breathing, you give yourself that bandwidth to be able to cope with life that little bit more. So I think it's something everybody should foster. Now, that's the sympathetic nervous system. I want to talk about the parasympathetic nervous system, which is actually a smaller part of the nervous system. The nervous system has 12 nerves which run throughout the body, 8 within the sympathetic and 4 within the parasympathetic. But your parasympathetic is the chill out mode. Okay, now that's the nice sweet spot, if you like. It's the rest and digest kind of phenomenon, or the feed and the breed part of the nervous system. And there are 4 nerves there which all relate to this part. But by far the most important one is the vagus nerve. Now, no, I'm not referring to Las Vegas, and there is no connection there at all. Other than I'm sure if some of you have been to Vegas or heard about Vegas, they even pump in oxygen into the casinos to keep people alert at night time. You can Google it. Some people say it's a myth, but that rumor is out there. But back to the vagus nerve, which is actually the second largest nerve in the body. Coming only second to the spinal curve. And vagus, that word vagus, or vega, is a Greek word meaning wandering. And that nerve wanders throughout the body. It goes from the core of the brain right down to the base of the gut. And it's that part, that often is something to do with, when we say we have that kind of gut feeling. So if you can tap into that vagus nerve, then you can reach that sweet spot. You can help your body to stay calm and relaxed, and you can calm the entire nervous system. And it's been well documented that a relaxed mind and body helps everything from healing and recovery to longevity, decreased stress rates, lower blood pressure, and a body which is better able to respond to things as they arrive. Now, does that sound good? I think so. So there are a number of ways we can engage in better breathing. One is obviously the diaphragm. And two, I'm going to give you a basic, really, really basic kind of breathing technique that you can use, and it's called square breathing. And we'll start with 4, but you may see different versions on the internet. Some people do lots of 5, some people do lots of 7, but we'll start with 4 for the purpose of today. So effectively, think of a square, and what it wants you to do, or what it says to do, is effectively you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, let it out for 4, and hold for 4. Okay, and you can repeat that again. I'm going to count this time to help you guys doing it on the other side of the radio. So breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 2, 3, 4. Let it out for 4, 2, 3, 4. And hold for 4, 2, 3, 4. And you do that again now in your own mind. So let it in for 4. Hold for 4. Out for 4, and hold for 4. Now, how many of you remember to use your diaphragm? Oh, I caught you. Okay, always remember to try and use your diaphragm. That was a trick question. I kind of wanted to do that with you. Okay, you can try that again on your own. But any of these exercises, please, please, please engage your diaphragm. If it helps to keep your hand on your stomach, then I recommend you do it to start. It's a really good way of doing it. Okay. Now, this next one is a bit controversial, I'm not going to lie, but I like to have fun with things and I like looking at fun things, so why not give it to you? So there's a guy, and this is really good for guys as well, if they're kind of like breathing, yeah, the girls can get on with it, it's not my thing. There's a guy called Wim Hof. I recommend you look him up on Google. He is incredible, and I actually met him last year. He's a super, super cool guy. He's been doing this for about 30 years, so before breathing techniques or breathing became a thing, okay? I know that sounds silly because it's always been a thing, but you know what I mean. Okay, now this guy has got 21 Guinness World Records just from breathing, okay, be it holding breath, be it going into things which are freezing, just literally using his breath. He's literally changed his life and his physiology. He's got himself out of pain, and it's even allowed him, get this, to climb Everest in his shorts, okay? I'm not even kidding. Look the guy up. Incredible guy. How you even get to that level from an air perspective and from a cold perspective, I'm still not sure, but his breathing technique absolutely rocks. Now, I really, really don't want to do him any disservice, so I really want you to go and look at his breathing technique. There's loads of videos on Google. Try and find one with him in it. You'll see him. He's got a beard. He's kind of like 60-year-old guy, but he's full of energy as well. So I really want you to get the best out of it and kind of go and have a look at him. Whether you choose to do it or not, that's entirely up to you. Okay, I just want you to have a look. Okay, because there's some fun stuff you can do as well. Now, his breathing technique is basically, when you jump into like a cold bath, or you kind of go into like a plunge pool and you do that kind of big, deep breath, and your chest expands, your diaphragm expands, everything expands, and it almost feels like that kind of shock on your body. Now, his breathing technique goes with 30 of those. So you take 30 kind of like in, and then you let it out like a wave, and you do that for 30 counts. Now, I've done it. I love doing it. But you can get quite lightheaded. But you also, at the end of it, you come away and you just you've totally engaged in your brain. You think much clearer. You do things much clearer. And I actually found it helped with pain for quite a long time as well. So I really, really recommend you go and have a look at him. Another thing I do is priming. Now, priming is a really, really good way for kind of setting yourself up for the day. So setting yourself up for success. I think everybody should do it of a morning. And again, priming is a difficult one to do on the radio, but I'll give it to you briefly. And I might give you some more stuff online actually for this one. But priming is effectively, I want you to kind of put your hands in the air. And as you put your hands in the air, you'll notice how you're kind of like your whole kind of midsection kind of stretches out. So when you put your hands in the air, and then I want you to kind of pretend like you are grabbing a bar above you, okay? And as you're grabbing the bar above you, I want you to, and that bar is full of energy, I want you to shoot your elbows right down, so they're kind of like down by your sides, okay? And your elbows almost snap into position, okay? And then shoot your arms back up. And as you're doing that, you're breathing in and out. So you're breathing in on the down breath and out on the up breath, okay? Sorry, no, I've got that wrong. You're breathing out on the down and you're breathing in on the up. Okay, and we're going to do that 30 times really quickly. So it kind of sounds like this. It's all while you're moving your arms, okay? And again, it changes your physiology. It changes what's going on within the body. And you do it for 30 times, up and down. Okay, and then on the 30th one, you let your hands fall into your laps with your palms up. And I'll let you do this one kind of on your own, okay? So you do this up and down motion with your arms, breathing like you're panting. And then you put your hands into your laps with your palms up. And as you do that, you just give yourself a minute. And you focus on what's good in your life. You find 3 amazing things in your life that you could be grateful for right now. And even just listening to this recording, think of those things right now. What are 3 really great things that you could be thinking about? And just notice already how your breathing's changed and you haven't even done the exercise. And concentrate on that stomach moving again, breathing from your belly. 3 things that you could be grateful about right now. Okay, and then you do the 30 again. So you do the arms up and you do that whole kind of panting thing, 30 breaths. The arms are moving, there's lots of activity. And then you come down, hands in the lap, palms up. And you think about 3 things you want for yourself. 3 positive actions you're going to take for yourself today. What do they look like? What do they feel like? And what are they? And how are you going to feel when you've done those 3 actions? Or when you've done those 3 things for yourself? Take a moment and breathe. And just notice again how your body's relaxing. And the body's calm. And then we go again. We go again with 30 of the kind of panting, arms up, snapping the elbows down, bringing that energy into the body. And on the 30th one, letting the hands collapse onto the knees, palms up. Think about 3 people you love. Think about 3 people in your life who you love. It can be anybody, colleagues, friends, kids, husband or wives. 3 people you love right now. And send out a positive intention to that person. A positive intention for the day. And again, just focus on your breathing. Feel the changes within your body. Bearing in mind, you haven't actually even done the breathing exercise yet, okay? Go away and have some fun with that, okay? I recommend doing the square breathing to start. Just get used to that. 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4. 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4. And do that for probably 8 to 10 sets. And once you get comfortable with that, you'll already start to notice a change within your body. And a change within, I don't know, maybe stress levels or pains or anxieties can all help, okay? And that breathing from the diaphragm, accessing that extra 60% of lung capacity, okay? Allowing that extra oxygen to go through your body, relaxing that vagus nerve, okay? And doing things to support you and taking positive action, okay? Which is what we're all about, okay? We want you to be taking positive action. Again, if you're going to listen to this recording and you're going to do nothing's going to change, okay? You have to follow up with the action. And then go and have a look at Vim. I really like him. Vim, by the way, is spelled W-I-M and his surname H-O-F-F. Really cool guy, even if you only look at it for 5 minutes. You know, or look at priming. Look at priming exercise that we've just done, okay? So the 3 things you want to focus on, you know, what you could be grateful for. 3 things you could be grateful for, okay? 3 positive actions you're going to take for yourself for the day. And this is something you can do every morning. And then 3 people you love and send out a positive intention to those people. Okay, and all while you're doing that, 30 kind of panting breaths, pulling the arms like from the ceiling down, okay, bringing in that energy into the body and just letting it sit for a second and thinking about 3 things you can be grateful for and 3 people you love, and send out that positive intention. And I'd love to get your feedback, and I'd love to actually hear as well what kind of breathing exercises you do, because like I say, there are loads out there. So if you want to get in touch with us, by all means feel free. But as always, we're going to end on a kind of guided meditation or visualization, which will help you with that initial kind of breathing technique. And for those of you who are not used to doing breathing techniques, this one will really, really help. So I recommend it to everybody. So what I want you to do, as always, is just find a nice space where you can get comfortable. And it could be a bed or a chair. And just start to relax now, and again, focus on your breathing. And trying to remember, this diaphragm breathing. Put your hand on your stomach. Try and get used to kind of feeling your breathing coming from the belly. And remember that the reason you're doing this is, you want to kind of engage with that vagus nerve and get the body nice and relaxed, and get the body dialed into the fact that it's time to chill out. Okay? Now, while you listen to my voice and these words, what I want you to do is just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes now, I want you to visualize and see 10 steps out ahead of you. And those 10 steps could be 10 steps anywhere. It could be 10 steps to a beach, 10 steps in your home, 10 steps in the most amazing hotel. It really doesn't matter where they are, because this is your session and you're going to do this perfectly. Just imagine now you take a step forward and you can feel your feet, see your feet, and hear your feet making contact with step 10. You've taken step 10 now, and you're moving down to 9. As every muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose as you go deeper. You're taking step 8 now, as you go deeper still and still deeper. And you take step 7, as you move down, drift down, float down to an even deeper level. You're taking step 6 and step 5. And with each step now, you're going twice as deep as you did before. Taking step 4 now, drifting deeper and deeper and further into sleep. And you know that when I say the word sleep, I mean a sleep of the nervous system. You're taking step 3 now, feeling ever so relaxed and ready and able. And as you take step 2, your mind is open to all positive suggestions and all positive thoughts, and to deep breathing. And you're engaging now in your diaphragm, and you're beginning to sleep just like a baby. And as you take step 1, you just listen and you relax ever so easily. Because this meditation now will unlock a breathing pattern within you. A breathing pattern within you that has been there since birth. And you will be ever so relaxed. But it will also guide you and your body and your mind into a state of healing and restoration. You see, it's possible to feel stressed and tense for a variety of reasons. But the time has come now for you to take a moment for yourself, so that you may feel relaxed and really good and just be alive. This breathing exercise now is coming to you easily, and you've given yourself permission to let go of unwanted thoughts and feelings which are not serving you well. Just imagine that velvety blackness now in your mind as you drift down to the very center of your being. And your subconscious mind rises as your consciousness descends, like waves on the ocean, tossing and turning, going high and going low, going up and going down. Unconsciousness arising as conscious awareness goes deeper. Simply say the words in your mind. I give myself permission to let go. And all the time, you're focusing your diaphragm, and that deep breathing, deeper breathing than you've ever experienced in your adult life. This permission now is self-given, and this self-given permit reminds yourself that you're in control of your own life, and you can choose to be completely conscious and completely present in this very moment. You do not require permission from anyone else. Neither do you need a reason to allow yourself this short time for personal space and relaxation. So let's begin by taking a large deep breath in through your nose and feel that full breath, and hold this just for a few moments. Become aware of that slight rigidity and tension in your chest before releasing that breath through your mouth. Noticing that wonderful feeling as you let the air seep back out. Do this at your own comfort and in your own comfortable breathing rate. Repeat this once again now, at your own comfortable pace. Take a large deep breath in through your nose. And when you feel full, hold that breath. Hold for a moment. And when you're ready, release that air. Feel those relaxing sensations as that carbon dioxide and oxygen, that mixture, leaves your body. And you breathe in clean oxygen once again. You do not need to follow my words precisely. So blow out in your own natural rhythm, inhaling deeply and holding for a moment, becoming aware of your lungs, but most importantly, your diaphragm, as it relaxes and sends you deeper with every release of air. Already you should be able to feel your stress melting away, and I'd like you to continue to breathe deeply for around another 5 cycles, counting each exhalation and counting each breath out. You continue to do this now in your own time, and you continue that breathing pattern. And as you continue to breathe, as you perform this wonderful exercise, you notice the feelings in your skin. There may be fluctuations in your skin temperatures. You may even feel slight tingling sensations. And this is a completely natural way and a completely natural process, as your body is constantly healing you and creating new cells and diverse neurological pathways. When we become stressed out or fail to support our bodies, we block our body's ability to function at its best. And at this particular level, which you're experiencing now. However, as you breathe deeply and you feel these sensations in your body naturally becomes restabilized. And it continues to focus on unwinding. Stress dissipates, is being erased and eliminated with each and every breath. It is now merely an echo, and echoes die out fast into complete nothingness. You now feel completely present and absolutely relaxed, fully hearing my words in your conscious and unconscious mind. Because I don't want you to learn this consciously. I want you to learn it unconsciously as well. So now you just continue to breathe. Breathing deeply. Breathing in your diaphragm. At a rate that is right for you. And at a deeper rate than ever before. Each time you complete this breathing exercise in this way, you notice an inner presence and become more aware of your thought processes and your body. By simply enjoying this awareness and doing nothing in particular, just breathing deeply, you are giving away to a state of serenity, which is the basis for all success and productivity. A busy mind can never be fully effective, whereas a calm mind can handle anything. Breathing mindfully and breathing deeply is a form of self-meditation and a form of self-hypnosis. You can do this anywhere you are, any location at any time. In fact, breathing in this way, although simple, is the perfect solution for solving any problem in life. For when we create a relaxing feeling, we achieve an emotional release, which unlocks freedom in our life and commits us to a higher level of thought and a higher level of consciousness. As your awareness expands, feeling all the varying sensations in your body, from the temperature to the nerve endings in your skin, and the emotional feelings and the calm vibrations spreading throughout your very being, your body is taking an opportunity now to focus entirely on the process of healing. Your cells in your body are reproducing at an ever miraculous rate, and at all times, wherever and whenever you are, breathing deeply. This deep sense of relaxation is within you. This deep feeling of relaxation that you're experiencing right now allows your body to become cleansed and your mind to become cleansed. And cleansing feels absolutely wonderful. And as your thoughts disappear now, and as you focus on the rise and fall of your diaphragm, and focus on my words, you breathe even deeper. And you just deepen. And even when you thought you were already as deep as you could possibly go, you go even more deeper and even more relaxed. And you allow your mind to drift and float and drift and go deeper still and still deeper there in the back of your mind. You record all these positive suggestions that you have received today, because your mind is remembering everything it needs to remember and forgetting everything it needs to forget. You are healing all unwanted circumstances now in your life, and they are fading into the distance and disappearing. And each time you listen to this recording, and each time you breathe deeply, you take back conscious control of your mind. You can choose to feel stressed or feel relaxed. It's as simple as making a choice. Now in a moment you're going to return to your full waking consciousness, and you will take this with you for the rest of your life. This feeling of deep relaxation. And you will remember the lessons you learnt here today. You will remember to breathe from your belly. You will breathe from your diaphragm, not just your chest. You always breathe from your belly, and you access that extra 60%, because you want your body and your mind to know that all is well and all is achievable, and you are taking charge. This all has a positive place in your life, and it supports you in all ways and always. From this day forward, you become more aware. Whenever you feel awful sensations in your body, you become aware that you can choose to stop and take the time to simply focus on your breath, or perhaps listen to this recording. This simple breathing technique, where you breathe in, hold for a moment, breathe out, and hold, before repeating. It can be done anywhere and at any time. And once stress has been released, you'll feel absolutely wonderful and ready to take on the challenges of the world with motivation and pride. Now my words will leave you, and you can become fully conscious, or you can continue to meditate. The choice is always yours. So as we count back now from 5 to 1, you'll remember that the choice is yours. And if you choose to drift off into the most amazing dreams after this recording, all you need to do is turn off your equipment, turn over and return to sleep. but for those of you who want to return to your day, on the count of 5 and 4 now, you start to just feel the need to stretch. And as you do so, you'll notice that your breathing begins to change. And from 3 to 2 now, your eyelids are feeling lighter and you're feeling more awake. And on 1, you will open your eyes. So that was the breathing techniques that I wanted to show you today. Like I say, there are loads, so please do go and have a look at yourself. If you are starting out in it, do try the square breathing, the 4x4. And if you have got anything else that you want us to cover in these sessions, please feel free to drop a line to studio@radiobrockley.org. And once again, my name's been Sharon Keaney. I volunteer at the TDF. The TDF is the Disability Foundation, and we're a charity based within the hospital that offer complementary therapy to staff, patients and patient family members, anyone really who wants to come down and check us out. You can come and see me for hypnotherapy on Saturday mornings, or obviously you can come and see any of my colleagues. We've got everybody down there. We've got nutritionists, we've got people who do massage, traditional counselling, anything at all. If we can help in any way, please do get in contact, and you can find us at www.tdf.org. So thanks again for listening, guys. Thanks for taking the time for yourselves. Be kind to yourselves, be good to yourselves, and enjoy your week.